Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a model lesson with Speed Phonics. Okay, so this is part 1, and today I'll be talking about single letter sounds. Okay, so are you ready to start? Okay, let's get started. So part 1, single letter sounds. Okay, these are the topics that I'm going to talk about today. Number 1 is lesson flow. Number 2, introducing the targets. And number 3, practicing the targets. Number 4, consolidating the targets. And number 5, supplementary materials. Okay, so I'll be talking about these things today. But before we move on, let's look at this. Okay, today I'll be focusing on Speed Phonics Book 1. Okay, and from Unit 1 to Unit 7, we have single letter sounds. And from Unit 8 to Unit 12, we have short vowels. Okay, today I'll be focusing on single letter sounds. And in part 2, I'll be talking about short vowels. Okay? So, phonics targets. Do you know what phonics targets are? In every lesson, there are targets. Okay, the targets that we have to teach. Right? And in phonics classes, there are 3 targets: sounds, letters, and words. Okay, so these 3 things are the phonics targets. So if we go back to the previous slide, these are the phonics targets. Okay, so we have the letters A, B, C, and the sound A, B, K, and the words ant, apple, bat, cat, and cat. Okay, so please remember this. Phonics targets, there are 3 things: sounds, letters, and words. Okay? So let's talk about lesson flow first. This is the lesson flow of Speed Phonics. Okay, so we start with learn, say and do, listen and do, read and do, and write and do. So you can see that we cover all 4 skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Okay? And in every lesson, there is a lesson flow that you follow, right? You usually start with warm-up and then finish with wrap-up. Okay? And this learn section is introducing the new target. Okay? Say and do, listen and do, read and do, that's for practicing the targets. Okay? And write and do, that's the consolidation. Okay, so when you are using Speed Phonics, you don't have to worry about lesson flow or lesson plans because the book is already organized like this. You just have to follow the book. Okay, you don't have to worry about how to plan the lessons and things like that. And we also have teacher's manual, and in teacher's manual we have the lesson plans that you can follow. Okay, so don't worry if you don't know how to teach phonics. If you use Speed Phonics, it's very easy, right? Just follow the book. Remember that. Okay, so let's look at the actual pages of the book. Okay, this is Unit 1, and as you can see, we have learn here, and say and do in the next page, right? And listen and do, read and do, and write and do. Okay, so you just have to follow the book. Okay? So, let's move on to number 2, introducing the targets. Okay? Remember phonics targets? 3 targets? What are they? Can you remember? Sounds, letters, and words. Okay? We'll be teaching all those 3 things. So let's look at Unit 1. Okay, I have some things listed here. Number 1, book activities. Okay, so when you are introducing the new target, you can do the activities in the book. Okay, or you can use real objects to introduce the new target. Or you can use flashcards. Or you can tell a story. Okay, so let's try all these things. Okay. Now, let's look at the book activity first. Okay, so here, look at the book. Okay, so open your book and let's look at page 4. Okay, so here, can you look at the pictures? What can you see? Can you see the apple? Yes. What else can you see? Can you see the cat? Yes. And what's this? It's an ant. Okay, so you can talk about the pictures first, right? And then introduce the sound. Okay. If you point to A, some students will say A, right? If they already know the alphabets. Okay, then you can say, oh yes, this is A. But what sound? Okay, what sound? A. 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 Ant. A. Apple. Okay? Or you can use the audio tracks. Okay? Or you can use the ebooks. So let's listen to the sound. Okay? Ant. Okay, next one. Apple. Apple. Okay, so you can do the activities in the book, listen and repeat. Okay, you can have your students listen and repeat, and then you can introduce the new targets, right? 3 targets, remember? The sound, and the letters, and the words. Okay? Or you can use real objects. Okay? So let's try this. I have a bag here. And I have something inside. Wow. Do you want to see what I have in my bag? Okay, I'll show it to you. What is it? It's an apple. Okay, very good. It's an apple. And then you introduce. It's an apple. What sound? Apple. 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 Okay? Using real objects is always fun, right? Especially if you put it in the bag and if you ask your students to guess what's in the bag. Okay, it's always fun. You can put funny things in the bag and make your students laugh, okay? And you can have fun. If you don't have the real objects, you can just use the flashcards, right? You can put the flashcards in the bag and play the same game, okay? I have something in my bag. Okay, what do I have? I have an apple. Apple. Okay, so you can do it this way as well. So you can use the flashcards or use the real objects. Okay? Or you can just do it this way, right? A lot of teachers just use it like this. Okay, everybody, what is it? It's an apple. Apple. What's this? It's an ant. Ant. Okay, so you can go through the flashcards like this, right? Or you can play a flashcard game. Okay, I have something behind the question mark. Okay, what is it? Let's find out. Okay? Okay, can you see what this is? What is it? Do you want to see more? Okay, I'll show you more. What is it? Do you want to see more? Okay, what is it? It's a cat. Okay, so you can play a little game like this. And then introduce. Cat. Okay, it's a cat. Cat. Okay? So I've talked about using the activities in the book, and I use the real object, and I use the flashcards. Okay, now I can tell a story. Okay, so let's look at this one. Look at this. What is it? It's a cat. Okay, what color is it? It's black, right? This is my cat. and his name is Toby. Okay, this is my cat, and his name is Toby. And Toby is 4 years old. And his favorite food is fish. He likes eating fish. Okay, so this is my cat. Okay, what is it? It's a cat. Okay, cat. What sound? K, cat. K, cat. Okay, so you can tell a story and then introduce the new target. If you tell a story, students will remember because they'll remember the story and they'll remember the target. Okay, it's a good way to introduce the new target. Okay? So we've looked at how to introduce the new targets. Okay, now we have to practice the targets. Okay, and you can do the book activities. We have a lot of activities in the book for practice, right? Or you can play some games. Okay, so on this page, you have to match the uppercase and the lowercase, right? Okay, so let's do this. Say and do. Say, trace, and match. Okay, number 1. It's A, right? What sound? What sound? A. Okay, this is big A. And we have a small a. Okay, a. Same sound, right? A, apple. Okay, if you use a word like uppercase, lowercase, it can be too difficult for little children. So I think it's good to use big A, little a, big A, small a. Okay, so let's do number 2. Okay, number 2 we have B, right? Big B. Can you find the small b? Yes, it's here, right? And then you match. Okay, and then b, which one? Yes, bat. Okay, so you can draw the line. And then you can also trace. Okay, so when you trace, it's good to actually produce the sound when you are tracing. So for example, if it's A, it's good to do it like this. Apple. Okay, when you do B, bat. Okay, so you can produce the sound while you are writing. It's a good practice, right? And you can also do the matching activity. And for matching activity, you can use flashcards as well. You can use the alphabet cards. Okay, so here I have big A, small a, and big B, small b. Okay, so you can mix the cards and then ask students to find a match. Okay, so if they find this one and this one, then it's a match. Okay, and then find this and this, it's a match. Okay, and then you can ask what sound. Or if you don't have time to cut up the cards and make the cards, you can just, make a slide like this. Okay, and then you can ask students to come to the front, and then they can do the matching here. Maybe they can use a fly swatter like this. Okay, if you say the sound, they'll have to touch the card, touch the letter, right? So if you say cat, then they'll have to go big, small. Okay, they'll have to touch big, small, and then say cat. Okay, and if you can also show the flashcards. For example, if you show, okay, ready, go. Then they'll look at the card, okay, and then they'll go cat. Okay, so there are some variations. Okay, so you can play simple games like this, right? Matching and touching and producing the sound and also making the relationship between the sound and the words and the letters. Okay? So we have more activities, okay? And to practice, we have to do a lot of activities, right? A lot of review, right? And this one, you'll have to listen and check, right? So you listen to the audio, and if it says k, cat, then you have to check k and cat. Okay? So you can do the activities in the book, or you can play slam. Okay? Slam is the same thing that I just played, right? You can use a fly swatter like this, right? Or you can just use your finger, right, to point, right? If you say, for this one, if it's ant, right? After that, you check A and ant. And number 3, if it's cat, right? Cat. And when you finish the activity, you can just use these pictures, right? And the letters here to play the slam game. Okay, so you can do it on the book, or you can do it on the board. Okay, you can use a fly swatter, or you can use your finger. Okay, so for example, if I say cat, they'll have to touch cat. Okay, if it's bag, they'll have to touch bag. Okay. So when you finish the activities in the book, you can turn it into a game like this. Okay, then you can do more practice. Okay, and here's another listening activity, listen and circle. Okay, and there are more flashcard games, but I won't be playing all those games today, but we have some videos for flashcard games, so maybe you can watch those videos later on. Okay, we have a lot of flashcard games. Okay, let's move on to consolidating the targets. Okay, again, you can do the activities in the book. Okay, or do finger writing. Remember finger writing? Okay, you can do it in the air. That it's called air writing. Okay, so you can do this together with your students after finishing this activity. Right here, number 1 is bat. Right, so you listen to it and then you write, right? Bat. Okay, remember, you can also produce the sound while you're writing, so you can do bat. Okay, and number 2, cat. Then you write cat. Okay. So when you finish this activity, you can also turn this into a game. Okay? So what you can do is, you can ask your students to listen and then point. Okay, so listen and point. Or listen and touch. Okay? You can say, apple, cat, bag. Then they'll have to go, apple, cat, bag. Okay? Or you can do cat and bat. And cat and bag. So they'll have to listen to you and then point to the pictures. Okay? So you can consolidate the target by writing the letters, right? And then listening to the sound and then producing the sound, and you can also practice the words. Okay, now we have phonics story page. Okay? So here, you can do picture walk, and then you can listen to the story, and then you can read the story, you can chant the story, and then you can do some actions as well. Okay, you can act on the story. So, look at the picture first. Okay, what can you see in the picture? Can you see the apple? Yes, there's an apple. And what's this? It's an ant, right? The ant is in the apple, right? And what's this? It's a cat. What color is the cat? It's blue. Okay, so you can ask questions about the pictures. Okay, and you can ask your students to answer the questions using the words that they know. Right? So these are all the target words. right? All these ones, bag, cat, and apples, right? And, okay, so talk about the pictures first. Okay. What's happening at the end? What's happening here? Is she happy? Do you think she's happy? Or she's sad? Or she's surprised? Okay? So talk about the pictures first. And then you can read the story or you can watch the animation. Okay? So let's watch the animation.
What's in the bag?
So what's in the bag?
A cat is in the bag.
A cat is in the bag.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
A bat is in the bag.
A bag is in the
What's
bag.
in the bag?
What's in the bag?
An apple is in the bag.
An apple is in the bag.
Look at the apple.
Oh, look at
An
the
ant
apple.
is in the apple.
An ant is in the apple. Okay, did you enjoy the story? Yes? Okay, so after watching the animation and after reading the story many times, you can try acting it out. Okay, so here I have my bag and there is a lot of repetition. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Okay, so maybe you can do that together with your students, right? What's in the bag? A cat is in the bag. Okay, everybody, what's in the bag? A bag is in the bag. Everyone, what's in the bag? An apple is in the bag. Okay, so you can do the demonstration first, right? You can show it first, and then your students can try. Okay, so it's always fun to do some, actions after reading the stories. Okay, we have a lot of supplementary materials for Speed Phonics. Okay, we have activity sheets. This is an activity sheet 1 for Unit 1. Okay, so here, look and match. So you look at number 1. Number 1 is a cat, right? And then you can match it with C, right? Cat. Okay, number 2, what's number 2? It's an apple, right? So you match it with A. Okay, so you can do that like that. So if you need some supplementary materials, you can download our materials, or you can photocopy from teacher's manual, or you can print out from teacher resource CD, okay? Or as I said before, you can download from our website, okay? And don't forget the workbook. Okay, workbook is included in the student book. So I'll show you the book. So this is the student book. And if you look at the back, workbook is included, okay? And we also have flashcards. Okay, we have some flashcards as well. Okay, and if you look at teacher's manual, this is teacher's manual, and at the back you can find activity sheets. And also you can find tests, okay? And there are some other resources. And there is a teacher resource CD, okay? So you can do the activity sheet, and you can also do a test, okay? We have a test for each unit. This is unit 1 test. And again, you can photocopy from teacher's manual, or you can print out from teacher resource CD, or you can download it from our website. Okay. And also we have digital activities. We have mobile app, okay, and you can play some games here. Okay, you can play simple games, and you can also watch the animations. Okay, and we also have online practice and online test. Okay, this is our eSmart class website, and you can do some digital practice here. Okay, so we have a lot of resources for the teachers. Remember this page? Okay, when we started this session, we talked about this. Today I presented Unit 1. Okay, in Part 2, I'll present Unit 8. We have review activities. Okay, this is a chant that you can do with your students. And because we've only learned ABC today, we can listen to just that part. Okay, so shall we listen to the chant and maybe you can sing together, chant together. Okay?
Hi everybody, it's time to review single letter sounds.
Apple, ant, boat, bag, cat. Okay, you can probably stop here, right? So you can do the review chant. And we also have a board game, okay, for review. So let's look at the board game. So this is the board game you can play with your students. Okay. So after practicing all the targets from A to Z, you can play this game. Okay. So put the coin here, okay, or there. Okay. Each corner has a place for a coin. So you can put the coin here, and then you just flip the coin. And if the coin lands here, okay, they'll have to say B. Okay. And if the coin lands there, right, they have to say P, and then panda maybe. Okay. And if the coin lands here, you miss a turn. Okay. So you can play board games with your students. It's a very good review. And it's fun. Okay? So that's all for today. And in Part 2, I'll talk about how to teach short bones. Okay? Then see you soon. Bye everyone.